Men are on dating apps saying that they're looking for a slightly autistic woman. Swaths of men saying they want a girl with a touch of the tism.
Okay, I just want the touch. I don't even care about the tism. You know what I mean? Like, if whatever they bring to the table, you know what it is? Autistic women, like, from my experience, they're just passionate. They're just like, that's all I've ever wanted dating somebody is somebody who's passionate about something, whether it's a career or trains, like whatever you're.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending
I'm passionate for you.
Well, you were saying that about hot girls that are just good at anything, chess or DJing or crochet stitching or something, that is a niche.
Yeah.
And you're right as well. I think we like anybody that really loves.
I just want you to love something.
Yeah.
I don't care what your career is, just love it.
Can that be you? Can there something be you? What if you are their hobby?
A part of it, sure. But like, I've been in relationships where somebody didn't have that void they wanted to fill of like love, and you almost feel guilty if you're too passionate. I would come home from like a show or filming something, and I had so much fun on this set or filming, and I love it, and then they're like, "Oh, that's nice," and you're like, here we go again. I mean, can we get her a Zyn or something? Like, perk up. Like, what are we? So you almost feel guilty. So like, I just want to come home and share a communal experience where you're like, how was your day? Oh, I love that I got to do blah, 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 blah. I love that I get to do this. So I found that just incredible, where you can just both share and not feel this like weird one-sided guilt.
That I'm doing a thing and you don't have a thing to do.
Yeah, or a thing to do, but they hate it. It's like so many people hate their job, which is totally fine. Like, so many jobs suck, but it kind of puts a dampening on the mood if like I'm happy with what I'm doing, and then they're like, oh, that's cool. Well, my day. I'm like, oh God.
I wonder whether that's
Mute.
most people. That it's kind of tough because not everyone has the luxury of being able to do a job that they love, but pretty much everybody does have the luxury of being able to get a hobby or an interest or a passion that they love.
That's the other side of it. So many people hate their job. I have plenty of jobs that I hated. I used to work in a kiosk inside of a Costco. I wanted to unalive myself every day, but the chicken apple sausages samples saved me every single day, okay? So I've had those jobs where I hated, but when I was at that job, I would write stand-up, and that would like make me get through the day. Like, that would excite me. So I'd just find those things that would excite me through it. So back to autism. I think whatever your passion is, just be passionate about it. I've dated people who have had like they've worked in like their own, like they make their own clothes or their own thing, and I'm like, I'm so happy for that. And when they show me a t-shirt or something where they stitched a pocket on, and the pocket's a denim shirt, is it gonna sell? No, but she loves it, and that's what I love.
Yeah, it's some of the feedback on the autistic dating thing. It's possible that some of these men are autistic themselves and merely looking for a like-minded partner, but it's more likely that swaths of them are fetishizing neurodivergence. Autistic sex educator Millie Evans.
Wait. What is her title?
Autistic sex educator.
Well, let's check her hard drive. How do you get into that field? How do you go to NYU and be like, okay, hold on. Speaking of trains, let's talk about how they're running them. It's also hard to talk about autism when there's so many cars around me right now.
This is the right location to do it in.
Yeah, you got Mater from Cars behind you. You got everything in here would, if I was teed up, which I might be. I have ADHD, I think. I don't know. I did try to take an autism test one day, but it's too many questions. And I think that's my answer.
I see. Yeah, well, look, autistic sex educator. The way that that's framed, are you somebody who educates autistic people about sex? Or are you somebody who is autistic that is a sex educator? Like, one of my friends is the #1 incel researcher on the planet, and he had to rechange the way that he introduced himself as, I'm the #1 researcher of incels on the planet.
Oh, dude, there's too many jobs. I'm retracting
But
whatever I said.
He loves it.
There we go.
He just loves incels.
So he's the #1 incel expert,
#1 researcher of incels.
which makes him an incel.
No, I think, well, research is me search in many ways.
Ooh.
But
I like that. I'm sorry, I don't mean to
I've
come
met his
after
girl.
a friend.
I've met his girlfriend. He seems to be slinging it around, and he's Irish, so that helps. But anyway, yeah, autistic sex educator Millie Evans has been on dating apps since she was 18. She says it is genuinely wild how often she sees references to autism on people's profiles. I'd like to have a conversation with these people to understand what they're hoping to achieve, she told Dazed.
I also feel bad for people who are generally autistic right now because I think there's a lot of stolen valor out there. I think there's a lot of people who are kind of just like claiming it because they want to like have something. Like growing up, I wanted to be different so bad in my classroom. I told people I was colorblind because I wanted something different about me. Like a teacher would literally point at something blue and I'd be like, oh, what is that, gray? Like I would like pretend.
That was your personality.
Yeah, I wanted to have a thing. And I think there is so many people who generally have struggles every day about autism. And there's some people who are just like, maybe I'm just autistic. No, you're just not. You're using that as a cop out. Like you're using that as like oh well, I don't know. I'm just autistic. Like it's not. There's a lot of undiagnosed autism which isn't really diagnosed.
I can't remember who it was that said this to me, but they said like most mental health maladies are both underdiagnosed and overdiagnosed at the same time.
Right.
There's people who don't have it saying they do, and there's people who do have it that don't know that they do. And like those two groups don't, the Venn diagram isn't actually that big of how much crossover.
Yeah, so I feel like it's almost like a cop out sometimes, but like if you do have it, then more power to you. But it's interesting people are putting it on dating apps.
I don't know.
Maybe with Love on the Spectrum being so big, they're like this is my end.
Chance.
I do love Love on the Spectrum. That's one of my favorite shows ever.
It's
I mean,
unreal.
But like the passion behind anybody on that show is like, oh, I only care about dragons. Like, well, what about a girlfriend? They're like, you're not a dragon. Shut up. And then the mom has to be like, no, you need to get married. And then the guy would be like, well, does she like dragons?
Mom.
Yeah. James is a great guy on there. They all have swords, and dude, they're making alcohol drinks. They're driving cars. I'm like, dude, these guys are living the life.
Yep.
Not that I didn't think they couldn't do either of those, but a little bit. But I mean, I like loved their passion behind it.
Agreed, because us men, we have a lot of tisms, and some of us don't know what the hell that tism can lead us to. Is what he's saying.
One of the interesting lines on this was, how did we get to a stage where neurotypical men feel comfortable enough to make jokes about wanting an autistic girlfriend on apps like Hinge? So you have a problem here. If you said, I like autistic girls, that's you fetishizing neurodivergence. But if you also put no autists, that's you being exclusionary.
That's racism right there.
I don't know. I think you're just not allowed to really have an opinion on it. It's like if you say, I like big girls, you're fetishizing like fat. And if you say like no fatties.
Well, you're saying you're Drake. There it is.
There it is.
You just did a Toronto show. That's a callback. But
It was his birthday the night that we were there.
Oh, wow.
It was my show, Drake's thing, and Vibes Cartel all on the same weekend, the night before the Blue Jays played. The biggest, some say the biggest weekend that Toronto's ever had.
It is. And you still sold it out.
Yep, still sold it out.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, thankfully, I listed it a long time before any of that.
Right, before they got in the World Series, of course.
Fuck, I really wanted to go to Drake's birthday or Vibes Cartel or the World Series. Fucking tickets to go and see Chris Williamson. I might as well get my money's worth.
Anyways, if you have, what were you saying? You're saying if you only like one thing.
Basically, if you say that this is a preference of mine, you often get accused of fetishizing what that thing is. And if you say that you don't want that thing, then you're being exclusionary. Right? Like, the best example of this is the body positivity stuff, which is like, I like big girls, is fetishizing fat. But no fatties is you excluding people who are like of a bigger size. It's really hard to win.
So what, do you just play the middle, or you just don't?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think that you can't win. I think ultimately you can't win. Initially, jokes about tism started as a social media trend.
Risen with the tism. I've seen that.
Yeah. Within the neurodivergent community to describe how their traits have garmed their romantic interests. I think that you might be onto something with the Love on the Spectrum thing.
Yeah.
I think that might be.
Well, honestly, you watch that show and they find such love that like maybe there's people watching that who resonate with them a little bit, where they go like, oh, I'm awkward and shy in dates too. Am I autistic? It's not a one for one.
And they're not saying like that's cultural like neurodivergent cultural appropriation.
It's just the meme community has taken over it, and it's like risen with autism is a funny line, but like there's also people out there who are severely autistic, and the thought of a date makes them panic and sweat. But then there's a guy or a girl on Hinge being like, "Oh, I'm nervous. I can't make eye contact." No, you're just chronically online, and you don't have human contact interactions often.
Yeah, you haven't seen a person in a few months,
right? I mean. I just think that the meme community's kind of taken over. This is like the first, and what would you call autism? Because it's not a disease. What would you say? This is like the first. What would you?
It's like a neurodivergent profile,
but
maybe,
it's like kind of the first human condition that has been really memed, and everyone's like,
people aren't doing the same thing with HIV.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, what would that be?
Risen with the HIV?
Yeah, I was trying to think. Get laid with the AIDS?
I don't know. Charlie Sheen seems to be doing pretty well.
Yeah.
He's crushing it.
He's doing great.
Did you watch that documentary with him?
I did.
Dude. I thought that was one of the best things that I've seen. That story at the very beginning where he's absolutely hammered and the pilot's like, hey, come and sit down. Wouldn't it be funny if I put your uniform on? Wouldn't it be funny if I did? It's like, honestly, he was one step away from, wouldn't it be funny if we just, like, blew each other?
Oh, I thought you were going a different direction. I thought you were going more New York with that. But, yeah, one thing I mean, like, watching that documentary was so cool. I love watching just like the upbringing of people's success stories. Like I used to in college go on like every famous person I admired. It's like Wikipedia, and I would just be like, how did they get from A to B to C to D? Like how did they become who they are? And I'd be fascinated. So seeing all this and finding out that Charlie Sheen was a nepo baby blew my mind. I'm like, oh, your dad was a famous actor? You're best friends with the guy growing up? I'm like, dude, you had no choice but to be an actor.
Sean Penn.
Yep. Yeah. So, but I mean, all bits aside, I thought it was really cool just like watching his upbringing and how he got like, what he got offered, Karate Kid or something.
Yeah, and he'd already made some commitment.
Yeah.
And his dad said, oh, you've got to stick to your word with this thing. And I don't know. I mean, Charlie Sheen is a really good example of someone who, he says it himself, basically. He learned the lesson that actions don't have consequences, that he can kind of implode, torpedo the situation, and usually end up not only landing on his feet, but landing on his feet like 3 fucking levels higher than he was previously.
Failing forward in a lot of this.
Correct.
And that's what all of his co-stars would say. It's like he would get on this like crazy rehab path, bounce back, and then come back even more famous than ever. I'm thinking about picking up Kratom is what I'm trying to say. I feel like I'm like, I need
springboard my career.
Yeah, I need something. Yeah. How do I sell at Madison Square Garden? Yeah. Let me get a needle. There's got to be one in this garage.
I think it's fascinating seeing somebody who, how hard do people work? Like, you with how obsessive you are about bits and drilling your sets and working, and then we're going to, release it at this date, and it's a social campaign to build up and do all the rest of the stuff. In a desperate attempt to try and gain little 1% here and there, even 0.5%, like if you think, how many shows would you reckon that you do, including spots, would you do over a 12-month period from like special to special?
Oh, damn.
200, 300?
I mean, just this past week I did 9 sets, and that was over 2 nights. 5 shows one night, 4 shows on Saturday. Tuesday 5, Saturday 4, which I'm fortunate enough to be able to do because all the comedy clubs in LA are incredible, and I've just been working at it for a decade, and they're like, all right, cool, you're one of our regulars. Whenever you need, we got you. Here's this, so I can kind of time it out where I'm doing a show at the Laugh Factory, then I go to the Comedy Store, then I go to the Improv, then back to the Laugh Factory for the late show, and it's like I've got it all dialed in. But I love doing that. I say the sets in town are like gym reps, and then on the road is when you're out there doing the Ironmans and all that. So it's in a year. I mean, I really wish I had an answer.
It could be like 5. It could be more than 500.
Yeah,
almost certainly would. Yeah, if you're doing this.
There's definitely more than there is days in the year.
Right. Okay. So let's say that you do like 400. Right. You can keep it on the low. So and you need to get 60 minutes by the end of a year. So you're talking about like not far off. What's that like? 15 seconds a night is what you're developing.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's such a tiny proportion of the overall thing. Each
right.
individual rep contributes this like weeny bit. And then you have somebody like Charlie Sheen, who just seems to maybe by virtue of his talent or time, I don't think it's timing, because you'd say, oh, he timed the market, it's coincidence, whatever. You can't do that for a whole career. You can't write off fluke and chance and coincidence for a 4-decade, 5-decade career. Like, that's impossible. So I'm kind of fascinated by people who, if you were to take the headlines of how they've behaved, should not have ended up being particularly successful. Like, you should have kamikaze Harry carried your own career like 7 times over by the age of 40.
I think it's buzz meets talent. The buzz of the headlines where you're like, who is this guy? Because if you see he's out of rehab, you're going to want to watch his first show back. You're going to want to watch the first episode and be like, dude, how is this guy? And then you flip it on and he's an incredible actor. And you're like, I guess he still got it. And then it's rotation of always being in the news, whether it's for partying too hard, whether it's for dating somebody who's too famous or going to rehab. That first episode out, the more you're in the headlines, the more your name is just relevant. And then when that show or the movie drops, you're like, dude, it's fucking Charlie Sheen. He's a partying. I got to watch this guy. So it's kind of like he's staying relevant even on the screens and off the screens.
Yeah.
And you're just fascinated by his life. There's certain people that I look forward to watching their Instagram stories because I know they're clinically insane. And I go, this is going to be good.
Liver King.
I don't follow him anymore.
Yeah,
I don't know if I ever did.
I haven't for a while. It's been a couple of years since I watched it. It made me uncomfortable.
But, oh, dude, I mean, yeah, he, I would imagine, has good stories.
Well, have you seen him recently? It's like a descent into what appears to be meth-fueled, like, insanity.
Oh.
Absolute insanity.
Okay, he's
Is
the
he
light
still
up
going?
king.
He's still, like... Because he went to Austin, he got arrested for bringing a gun, saying he was going to fight Joe Rogan. And then, yeah, it's actually kind of uncomfortable. It's like uncomfortable.
But that's kind of the Charlie Sheen approach. Because that first podcast back he did.
Yeah, so...
But he's also,
what you saw with Charlie, that I think is like a really cool lesson here, it worked as long as ultimately the thing that he did was good. But then when he did the live tour that was a mess, and he was still a mess, and he was in the middle of his Tiger Bloods, like, winning era, and they tracked him around that outside of the shows. I'm sure that some people enjoyed it, right? Because they just wanted to be in the aura of Charlie Sheen. But a lot of people outside, like, that was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. That was a total catastrophe. You wasted money, overpriced, underdelivered, da, 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 da. So this lesson that I've seen for ages is people will forgive pretty much anything as long as you're still good at the main thing that you do. If Kanye drops an absolute fucking slammer of a next album, people will still listen to it, and in a weird way, it kind of forgives tons of the sins that he's committed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Whereas if he falls off, all of the criticism, personally, privately, culturally, gets legitimized.
Stays at the top.
Yes, through his like lack of professional success. But I think we revere talent and success so much that we're just happy to forgive pretty much anything as long as someone is kind of good at what they do.
Yeah.
HBO Max is available on YouTube. Watch Emmy award-winning TV shows.
Welcome to the pit.
Get more of your favorites on HBO Max, Paramount Plus, AMC Plus, and more. Find must-see movies and TV on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I as a man who put a Kanye song on my Spotify recently, I go, this doesn't feel good. This doesn't feel good. But, he's also just, like, clinically, like, insane. Like, I don't like when the media will like film him and be like, Kanye crashed. I'm like, yeah, he's fucking off the rocker. He's
Britney Spears in 2007.
Correct. Yeah. Correct. Britney seen with a new haircut. She's schizophrenic. She shaved her head and she has an umbrella. It's 98 degrees outside. Like, I don't like when news articles post that like it's like they're not insane. Like they're like, oh, Kanye's having a weird day. He's fucked in the head.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's crazy that we just film everybody doing this and then like, who's actually helping these people?
That's a good point, because if it was somebody, well, I mean, I was going to say if it was somebody that was going through a drug addiction, that wouldn't be tracked. But then you look at Kate Moss, you look at Pete Doherty from back in the day, you look at Amy Winehouse. The downfall of talented people, the potential downfall, and basically kind of like watching a car go toward another car and going like, are they going to hit? Is that going to happen?
Yeah.
Or are they going to be able to miss it and then turn around and then they go again and then, whoa, they fixed them, so on and so forth. I guess
It is more amusing to watch. And listen, there's thousands of people that probably try to help Kanye on a day-to-day basis, but to your point, it is more interesting to watch somebody like the car crash analogy. You're like, are they going to land this plane? Are they going to,
Yep.
Is Kanye going to figure this one out, or is he going to release a new album and it's all in German? Featuring Elon Musk. Have you interviewed Elon?
No, not yet. We considered, we were talking to his team a little while ago. I think he's had a busy period over the last 12 months.
Yeah, he's
But
naming his kids QR codes and shit. Listen, I'm Jewish, so those two guys are pressing my people.
well, you say that, but you added him to your Spotify.
We should cut to an ad.
In other news, I've been drinking AG1 every morning for years now. Dude, you tried to fastball me that. That was down the plate, and I've just Shohei Ohtani'd it. I need to talk about how much you drink Celsius.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, it's too much.
Do I drink a lot of it?
You talk about it. It's your go-to. It's like the canonical, I need caffeine, I talk about this drink. We got a cease and desist from a large energy company because of something that my co-founder said, the co-founder for this thing.
What did they say?
They said that
Gives
we
you
made...
wings?
They may have said that. What he said was this, and we have this, like, I'm going to...
Like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.